It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports, where division rivals will clash in the NFC West. It's the reigning Super Bowl champs and the Cards on Monday night.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Valley of the Sun and State Farm Stadium here in Glendale. It's certainly hot outside here in the desert, but somehow this Cardinal crowd turned up the heat a moment ago. They were in a frenzy as their team emerged from the tunnel with the San Francisco 49ers. As always, joined by my good friend Charles Davis. And CD, you figure they've got to be looking forward to this one. They've got a clear advantage on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and they totally understand it, not just by running the numbers, but those numbers do play into it because you've got one of the better passing offenses in the league, a top 10 unit, going up against one of the poor defenses in the league. So I think we're going to see these guys take some shots downfield. But right from the start, I expect them to attack and get right after them.
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports from the 6. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Get ready, get ready.
So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick back in 2020 from LSU. It's Joe Burrow.
And he said he was feeling good in the lead up to the season, and he proved it in a big way in week 1. With 4 touchdown passes. Had the offense moving at peak efficiency right at the start of the year. Awfully impressive.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw taken in by Samuel. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
Let's go.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision. And receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
Come on, fellas.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Play action. It's Burrow. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. And the Cardinals are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. Off play action. Murray. Dancing to his left. Murray has the first down and more. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Caught left side, Hopkins. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Running right on the option is Murray. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now Murray. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Nick Bosa. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fielded just inside the 20. 31 yards on the punt there. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their 2nd drive. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. One interception. It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
A pass there over the middle to start things out. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Burrow. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They go play action with Burrow. He finds his tight end Goddard. That's complete. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 46. That is knocked away and incomplete, but a penalty flag. In the backfield, this might be a roughing call. The hit comes late. We saw it. There's your flag.
And we know that there's a guideline, right? Ball's gone. You get one step. If you're within one step of the quarterback, you can hit him as long as it's still done legally. But anything outside of that looks like an extra step was involved.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert, and he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. They hand it off to Mostert. And this carry brought to an end at the 8. Good stick skills, just not much room there to operate. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. Now it's Burrow. Touchdown 49ers. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys are on the board first here tonight. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive goes 8 plays. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Now left side on the swing pass. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
1st down, Murray. He'll dump this off to Sermon, complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll make it a 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing now is Murray. That's complete once again to Hopkins. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards the pickup there. To throw again on 2nd down. Murray. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
Watch the screen, watch the screen.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. And now out is the Cardinal field goal team here. From the right hash, this from 33. And this one is right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they do get to 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points. And now, as you said, they got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half. And with a 7-3 lead, we'll see how aggressive they want to be. They'll start on the ground with Mostert. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Burrow on play action. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Now they go play action now, Burrow. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Goddard. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This from 44 yards out, left hash. McCann's kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
Takes it at the 7. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started out at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, where you see the final score there. Patrick Mahomes, 3 touchdown passes on the young season. Next out another game. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Tampa Bay Bucks. Jimmy Garoppolo, 2 touchdown passes as his guys make amends for the setback in Week 1. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou. Check in on the Saints at home at the Caesars Superdome. And it was the visiting Chicago Bears who come away with the victory. Darnell Mooney leading the way with 3 touchdown catches. We continue on with a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the...
We now proceed to the start of the second half.
Both teams finishing up their halftime adjustments. We're about ready to get back to football at State Farm Stadium. And for the call, let's head back out to Glendale and hand it over to Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Taken in at the 3. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second? And the Niners get there and bring him down.
Come on,
Nick Bosa able to record his 5th sack of the season. And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach finally just looked at him and said, applaud.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. To throw, it's Murray. Going deep for Hopkins. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down.
Man, this is ridiculous, man.
So that one will be accepted. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here are the Niners to take over on offense. Last week they got a good victory over the Dallas Cowboys, and they are in the driver's seat here right now as well. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. He rifles one that's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver. Whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter, they'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you can see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target.
Murray's throw pulled in by Hopkins. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Murray now. And this is incomplete. Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Going deep for Hopkins. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. But now it'll be third down. Throwing again, Murray. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up.
Touchdown, Cardinals. Christian Kirk His second touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And that will tie our game here in the third. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. Now this is going to be returned from the back line of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
Let's go, let's go!
Joe Burrow trots out again with the rest of his offense. And it was his interception on the last drive that wound up leading to a game-tying touchdown.
And somehow you can make this a positive, though. You know why? Game tied now, so you're not protecting a lead, so you're not playing that way. You got to go get the lead again, so maybe it loosens him up a little bit and allows him to go ahead and be a little more free in his play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. The throw on the quick slant going to be complete, and he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Burrow now off the bootleg. And he's got his big tight end here. And shutting him off, now open field. Boom! Still fighting through tackles. Touchdown!
Come on!
Dallas Goedert, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy is made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Murray now to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Nick Bosa able to record his 5th sack of the season. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing on 2nd and long. Murray, quick slant caught by Kirk. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The Cardinals on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Let's go, D. Mike 55, Mike 55.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
It's interesting how we label routes. You know, some people might call this a hitch. For me, a hitch is a little bit closer to the line of scrimmage, about 1 to 3 yards deep. A lot of people might call this a dig route, going this deep on a 3rd and 7 to pick up the 1st down. Others just call it a stick route. Get to the right point, stick in that spot, and let them hit you with a pass. No matter what, they did pick up the 1st down.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Shotgun now for Murray. That is incomplete.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
To throw is Murray. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got him bumped down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Here's Murray. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
On 2nd down, it's Sermon. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable third down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. This is caught. It's Kirk. Gets around him, and he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. A huge play there for Arizona. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Here's Sermon. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a one-score game. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And they're knocking on the door. 2nd and goal now in a one-score game. To throw is Murray. Checks it down to Sermon out of the backfield. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now Murray. And that is incomplete. Figuring they're going for it on 4th down. Remember, though, they do have all 3 timeouts, so even if they don't get it, all is not lost.
Yeah, normally in this situation, when you're talking about having to go for it, everything is in this play. But as you noted, with those 3 timeouts, they actually have a little bit of a safety net.
Now Murray's got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this 49er defense stands tall down near the goal line. So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on 4th.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call, is it not? In this situation, everything was right except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
Throwing now is Joe Burrow. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Now it's Burrow. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now this one complete on the slant route. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That one looks like he'll throw here. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And quickly they get to the line. Here we go with Burrow. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And the 49ers are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
That's how you score on them.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point by McCann, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
Yeah, we'll see if they go back to base. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game. So the victory here for San Francisco, and we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for the Niners, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Philly to take on the Eagles. Meanwhile, for Arizona, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle.